Hey, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, The Fog Philosopher, where we talk peace of mind, mental health, and being your best self. Hi, my beautiful people, welcome to another episode of me, Masi Nyanga, also known as The Fog Philosopher. And today we'll be talking about learning the lesson while the pain still hurts. Thanks for joining me on yet another episode. If you like something, if you learn something, if I just entertain you, kindly like, share, and subscribe. It'll be much appreciated. As always, let's get right into it. So we're talking about learning the lesson while the pain is still fresh, while the wound is still open. And the reason I chose this topic is because I realized there's a lesson in my life I could have learned a very long time ago, but I kept running away from it. I kept bandaging it with other issues, with other distractions. Basically, I just never faced the problem head on and learned my lesson while the pain was still there. Instead of learning from the pain, I used other things to cover it up. I ran away, etc. etc. So the first reason why we need to learn the lesson while the pain is still fresh, while the wound is still fresh, is because we have better clarity of the situation. We remember what happened more clearly than if we let time elapse. So you need to learn your lesson as soon as possible, because that's when you remember clearly what you went through, what happened, how you acted, how the other person acted. The funny thing with our memory, it shields us from pain. So it will lessen the situation. It won't make you remember it as harshly as it happened as time goes by. So if it was a work situation and you ended up losing your job or quitting, if it was a relationship, either a romantic one, a friendship, a familial relationship, if it was a business, whatever it is that you ventured into and you failed, or you reached an obstacle and decided to quit, while you're still in pain, while you're crying over losing your job or the breakup or whatever it is, that is the time to learn your lesson. That is the time to do as much research as possible, because you remember what happened clearly. So you're in a better position to see where you went wrong, where the other person went wrong, what you can learn from the other person, what you can learn from the situation, what you need to work on your end, and so many other things. So the number one reason is that the situation is still clear in your mind. So the second reason why we should learn the lesson while the pain still hurts is because that pain is necessary for the lesson to stick. Pain will directly correlate to the lesson in future. So anytime you're about to make that mistake, you will remember that pain you felt because you learned the lesson as soon as possible. So if something happens in the future similar to what has caused you pain, harm, loss, you will remember because you learned the lesson when the pain was still so intense. So the reason why we need to learn the lesson when the pain is still fresh is because the intensity of that pain will stick in your mind. We remember emotions more than we know, more than we even give ourselves credit. You will actually remember the pain more. So if you learn that lesson, it will stick to that pain. So in future, if you happen to even feel the slight pain coming around the corner, you'll remember the lesson you learned. So the lesson will stick more or better if you learn it as soon as possible and when you're still in severe pain. So the third reason why we need to learn the lesson while the pain is still fresh is because it removes time for you to find distractions. It removes time for you to start procrastinating. It removes time for other pointless things to come in between the pain and the lesson. So the thing is, when you get hurt and you're in that pain, your mind will want to go back to where it was comfortable, where it was familiar with. So if it is a relationship, you'll want to go back to the relationship. If it was a job, you'll be like, oh, can I just go back and ask for my job back? If it was a business, you'll try again the patterns you used before. So if you learn the lesson as soon as possible, it will stop any distraction from coming back. It'll stop fear from settling in where faith should be. Learn the lesson while it still hurts so that you prevent yourself from seeking distractions, you prevent yourself from going back to what caused the pain originally. You prevent yourself from procrastinating, becoming lazy, because during that time when you're feeling pain, two things happen. Either you want to go back to the time when you were not feeling that pain, or you want to run away from the pain. And if you run away from the pain, this can be through pointless distraction, it can be through procrastinating, it can be through just destructive habits. So the reason why you need to learn the lesson when you're still hurting is to prevent yourself from getting into distractions. It's to prevent yourself from procrastinating. It's to prevent yourself from going in a direction that you never planned to find yourself in. So learn the lesson as soon as possible, especially when you're still in the most amount of pain. That is the time your mind will want to relax, your mind will want to run back to where it's comfortable. Do not give it that chance. That is the time to research on your character setbacks. That is the time to research on what went wrong, what could have been done better, what the other person had that you didn't, all those things. When you're hurting, that is the best time to do your research. And the last reason why we need to learn the pain, we need to learn the lesson while we are in pain, is because it will prevent us from seeking out vengeance. And if you are one of those people who is tactful and strategic, the idea of vengeance will pop up in your mind, and you'll be like, oh, I need to do this so this people can know who I am, or this person can see who I am, or you'll try to do just something weird or just uncalled for. So if you learn that lesson early enough, and when you're still in pain, it will prevent you from seeking revenge. It will prevent you from doing things you'll regret. It will prevent you from saying things you'll regret. It will prevent you from so many things that you cannot come back from. So learn the lesson while you're still in intense pain, so that you do not seek vengeance, you do not go down the road of hatred, you do not go down the road of resentment, you do not start harboring feelings that are just not vibrational, not at the vibrational level you want to be or you need to be. So learn the lesson as early, as soon as you can, when you're still grieving, when you're still in so much pain. I understand that so many things happen which can cause us so much pain, and some of them, not all of them, are meant to teach us a lesson. And most of the time, this is when a pattern is repeating itself. So if you see there's a sort of pain that you're experiencing year in, year out, there's a lesson you need to learn there. So when you're in pain, don't run away from it. Don't hide away from it. Don't distract yourself from the pain. That is the time to pick up a book. That's the time to listen to a podcast. That's the time to listen to a YouTube channel. That is the time to do as much research on that situation that caused you pain, so that you can avoid it in future. You can end that cycle, and you can grow and evolve from that level of pain. In life, it's time to accept that you need new problems, you need new levels of pain, you need new challenges. So if you're repeating your problem, if you're repeating the pain, there's a lesson you're not learning. So yes, that is it for today's episode. Thank you for watching. If you watched till the end, congratulations. See you on the next episode. Bye.